Hello and welcome to the third in my series of English videos. Now today we're going to be looking at something a little bit more challenging than what we have been doing, and that is modal verbs. Can, could, be able to, for ability and permission. Okay, the present form, the past form, and the infinitive form. If you want to know about could for possibility, there will be another video because I'm going to do a series of modal verb videos. Now, as I said, can is the present form, could is the past form, and be able to, the infinitive form. Can is the only modal verb with an infinitive form, and we use the infinitive form for perfect tenses and when we use other modal verbs. So let's look at the examples. I can drive, a very basic, simple sentence. Present ability, I can drive. Or it could be permission. They could run fast. Okay, past. She has been able to work. This is present perfect. Now, as you see here, be is in parentheses because this could be am, is, are, was, were, or be, or been. If it's present perfect or any perfect tense, we must use the past participle. So this becomes been. She has been able to work. The context is she goes to work. She's not feeling very well. You call up a few hours later. Her boss says, oh, she's okay. She has been able to work. The time is unfinished. Time starting in the past until the present unfinished. We use present perfect. So that's why that would be the correct form to use. Modal verbs, you know the rule with modal verbs, I hope. Can, could, would, should, might, must, will, may. These are always followed by the infinitive without to. Okay, so if you didn't know that, that's very important to know. There's no exceptions. Every modal verb is followed by an infinitive without to. We might be able to come to the party. We should be able to come to the party. We will be able to come to the party. Each of those sentences has a slightly different meaning, and I'll explain the meanings when I do each modal verb video. For example, when we talk about might, I'll explain might, should, etc. Be able to, because modal verb plus infinitive. Okay, so we use be after modal verbs, been in present perfect, past perfect, future perfect, am, is, are, was, were. We're going to talk about some of those in a second, actually. Let's look at the negatives first. He can't drive. That's the negative form of I can drive or he can drive. We couldn't run fast. Very simple. She hasn't been able to work lately. Maybe she caught the flu. I understand. I know how she feels. I'm still trying to say goodbye to mine. She hasn't been able to work lately. So she caught the flu a few weeks ago. She's still in bed or still suffering. So present perfect because the time is unfinished, but it began in the past. She hasn't been able to work lately. Present perfect. Now the next rules I'm going to tell you, it really surprises me that some of my students don't know this because regardless of the level, they seem to like, oh, I didn't know that, which is very surprising to me. But here we go. You're going to learn this now if you don't know it, and it's very, very important to know this. We use could for the past for ability and permission, for general ability only. What's general ability? When you were a kid, when you were at school, when you were at college, when you lived in that street, when you worked in that place, when you were with that boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. A period of time which is not isolated to one event, okay? That's general ability. So she could dance very well when she was young. That's a very general time, okay? So it's okay to use could because it's general. But if it's specific, we use was, were, able to. When I say specific, I mean a specific event. We use was, were, there's was or were, able to, was, were, able to, or managed to for specific events, okay, isolated events. For example, I was able to find my keys yesterday. I could find my keys yesterday. No good. People would understand, obviously, but it's grammatically wrong. They managed to finish the race. Okay, you could say I managed to find my keys or they were able to finish the race. Either one of these forms, this obviously depends on the subject, but you can use either form for specific events. It's up to you. There's no difference in meaning. Some people use one, some people use the other. Some people use one and then the other one another time. So it really depends on the mood they're in, I suppose. But the meaning is the same. However, you cannot use could for specific events. Here's the exceptions. It wouldn't be English if there weren't exceptions. So these 7 verbs don't follow the rule, which means you can use could for general ability and specific events with these 7 verbs. You don't have to use these, but you can if you want to. See, for example, I could see the horizon from my hotel window yesterday. I was able to see the horizon from my hotel window yesterday. I managed to see the horizon from my hotel window yesterday. Each of these 3 possibilities is okay with these 7 verbs. Now, it might be easier for you to just use could, but you must remember the 7 verbs. If you've got any doubts, just use this rule, which we use for all the other verbs: run, dance, eat, work, sing. We use that. So until you're very sure of these 7 verbs, then you can use this form if it makes you feel more comfortable. And then you can use could when you're comfortable, or you can continue to use these after. It's really, it doesn't matter. And also the negative form doesn't have to follow this rule either. Couldn't for general ability, couldn't for specific events. But also you can use wasn't able to, weren't able to, or didn't manage to. Okay? It's up to you. So if you're using a negative sentence, then you've got a choice. He couldn't find his keys. He wasn't able to find his keys. He didn't manage to find his keys. I couldn't open the door. I wasn't able to open the door. I didn't manage to open the door. The third one maybe not so common, but that's it. The negative form, you don't have to worry. Couldn't is fine in all situations. And these 7 verbs, you can use could for all of them, regardless of general ability or specific events. But it's your choice. You can use these or this for these 7 and for the negative form. But remember, all the other verbs, eat, dance, run, sing, work, if it's general ability, you can use could. But if it's a specific isolated event, you must use was, were able to, or managed to with the majority of verbs. Okay, I thought I was getting I did it well, but then I felt like I was confusing things at the end there. So I'm just going to stop. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to subscribe because I'm going to be putting out lots and lots of videos and you don't want to miss them, so ring the bell. Also, like, that would be nice. Thank you very much. It really helps the channel. And in the comments, tell me what you think. Do you understand? Is there anything you don't understand? Do you have any suggestions or requests for other videos? Or do you just want to say hello? That's okay. And share it with your friends, so if someone's learning English, they could benefit from watching these videos. So thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.